SCP-1066. Object Class: Safe. Level 1 Classified. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1066 is to be kept in a document storage box large enough to contain it without folding or rolling. It should be stored on a standard shelving unit in Storage Site 23. Any personnel with Level 2 or higher clearance wishing to run tests on SCP-1066 should speak with Dr. P. Voreno. Description: SCP-1066 is a college diploma issued by the University of
Redacted.
U.
Redacted.
Dated
Redacted.
19.
Redacted.
It is printed on a 0.5 by 0.3 meter sheet of parchment. No abnormalities have been found on either the ink or in the parchment, and both match similar diplomas issued by
Redacted.
in the 19.
Redacted.
SCP-1066 is no more resistant to any damage than any other
Redacted.
year-old piece of parchment, so care should be taken while handling it to avoid damage. Open flames in particular should be kept away from the object. When a man who is at least 17 years of age signs his name on the space labeled graduating student, he will disappear for 4 to 10 minutes and return 4 years older. The subject seems to have lived those years as a student at
Redacted.
between 19
Redacted.
and 19,
Redacted.
graduating on the date written on the document, and earn a degree in whatever subject he was thinking of when signing the document, whether
Redacted.
offer classes in that subject in
Redacted.
or not. The text on SCP-1066 will change to reflect this. The subject will have no memory of the 4 years not directly related to his subject of study. See Addendum 1066-1 for more details. There is no effect when a woman signs her name on SCP-1066, as
Redacted.
did not accept women in 19.
Redacted.
This is unsurprising. It is worth noting that approximately
Redacted.
% of subjects do not survive the 4 years. In these cases, their corpses will return with the expected amount of decay. The death rate is not consistent with that of students at
Redacted.
in 19.
Redacted.
However, these results are skewed, since many test subjects have been ordered to think of mimetic efforts or dangerous SCP objects. SCP-1066 was recovered from the campus of
Redacted.
on
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
The administration had been offering an accelerated learning program to students for the standard 4-year tuition plus a fee of
Redacted.
$. It is unknown why nobody noticed the rapid aging of some graduates. If this is a property of the object, it is yet to be discovered. The object was retrieved without casualties, and Class B amnestics were administered to the administration and to all recorded graduates. It is very likely that some or most of the graduates were not recorded, but the risk of any graduates revealing the existence of SCP-1066 is low, and as such, finding them is a low priority task. Similarities between the effects of SCP-1066 and SCP-28 have been noted, and investigation into a common origin, or whether one anomaly is an altered version of the other, is ongoing. Addendum 1066-1. Notable test results. Name: Dr. P. Voreno. Date:
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
Subject: D-1066-1. Information: Subject was simply instructed to sign the document. Results: The subject gained a degree in calligraphy. Review of experiment tapes indicated the subject had been focusing intently on signing the document in his best handwriting. The subject's handwriting showed a marked improvement after the test. He had no memories of the time in which he was gone. Subject was terminated on schedule at the end of the month. Additional comments: Subject gained a tattoo of the phrase, "The pen is mightier than the sword," translated into Chinese on his left pectoral. Name: Dr. P. Voreno. Date:
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
Subject: D-1066-5. Information: Subject was instructed to think of his favorite animal. Results: The subject gained a degree in marine mammal biology. When questioned, the subject said that his favorite animal was a dolphin. The subject had also vivid dreams of scuba diving next to various marine mammals until he was terminated at the end of the month. Additional comments: The subject showed familiarity with scuba equipment after the test. When asked, he claimed to have never taken a scuba certification course. Name: Dr. P. Voreno. Date:
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
Subject: D-1066-7. Information: Mimetic SCP
Redacted.
was described to the subject, who was then instructed to think only of that while signing the document. Results: Subject gained a degree in mimetic studies. However, subject refused to communicate in any way with researchers after returning and was terminated on schedule. Additional comments. No luck training researchers with this thing so far. Dr. P. Voreno. Name: Dr. P. Voreno. Date:
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
Subject: D1066-14. Information: Subject was instructed to think of the phrase advanced memetics. Subject showed above average intelligence in standard D-class screening. Results: Subject returned in a vegetative state consistent with the effects of
Redacted.
Additional comments. Subjects 9 through 13 were all instructed to think of emetic effects, and all returned showing signs of exposure to some sort of emetic agent known to the Foundation in 19.
Redacted.
Dr. P. Voreno. Name: Research Assistant.
Redacted.
Date:
Redacted.
2000.
Redacted.
Subject: Research Assistant.
Redacted.
Information: This was an unauthorized test. Research Assistant
Redacted.
was apparently trying to gain sufficient credentials to be promoted to full researcher. Results: Research Assistant
Redacted.
returned with a degree in SCP studies. The SCP in this case is apparently an acronym for supercomputer processors. He now has a knowledge of supercomputers consistent with the year 19.
Redacted.
Additional comments. Research Assistant
Redacted.
was demoted to clearance level 0 and transferred from storage site 23.